Yeah, big up, guys. Apologies for all that. Apologies for the delay once again. Still having issues with my Wi-Fi. Not great. And neither's this with Yoane Wissa. It's not great, is it? It's all fucking coming all at once for us bees at the moment. It's not great. We somehow got to cope with all this now. Another one wants to jump ship. It's not brilliant. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Another one wants to go. Yeah, well, he's a good player. You know, got 19 goals last season. But now Newcastle are really throwing a spanner in the works and really want to sign him. Because they can't seem to get anyone else. They were after, of course, Ekatike. And, of course, he went for a load of money to Liverpool. They either couldn't afford him or whatever else, Newcastle. So he's gone to Little. Probably, I think, actually, he only wanted Liverpool anyway, Ekatike. So, but anyway, now they turn their attention to Wissa. Although I think there was speculation that they were after him anyway. I think maybe this sort of was it last season at some stage or earlier this season, this year. There was talk then along with Forest, of course. And Forest were only bidding really low, piss-taking bids, I think. And then again, Newcastle done a really low bid that was a piss take, and it should have been. It was rejected, and too right and all, 25 million. You know. Same as Forest. A right fucking piss take. And the only thing is now, I think this has messed this guy up with all this speculation. It's really, it's saying he can't cope with it. And he's left training, of course. He walked out of our training sessions and training camp. Well, you can't cope with it, Yoane. How about us? It's fucking hard for us bees at the moment, our fans, you know. How are we going to cope with it? Because, you know, we're going to lose another great striker here. Another one of our best players. Mate, it's bad for you. How do you think we feel? You know, we've got to find another quick replacement now. Yeah, we're looking around. We're trying to get players. We're trying to look for players. But it ain't going to be fucking easy, is it? You know, we got to build again. We got to get more players in again. It's you know, the only positive is it's happening before the start of the season, which we're still a few weeks away from yet. Yeah, it's only next month, but I suppose that's going to go quick, as we know. And be up to you, Luca, by the way. Thanks for coming in here, bro, in the live chat. Cheers, bro. Yeah, hi to you. How are you? Yeah, sort of cool, mate, but pissed off. Fucking gutted with the way all this is going at the moment. It's not good. It's not looking good for us at all. Isaac, sorry, going to Liverpool. Well, yeah. He could be. Why not? They'll have all the money. And why would he want to stay in Newcastle? You go to league winners, Premiership winners, and whatever else. They're more likely to win something more maybe than Newcastle at the moment. They could probably win the Premier yet again. I'm sure they want to do it for Jota. Tribute to him. So we'll wait and see. Yeah, Newcastle want 150. It will be a lot because he's a hell of a striker, isn't he? He's top striker. It's going to be a lot of money. But Liverpool have got it, haven't they? If they wanted to spend that much, I'm sure they could. Yeah, I already told you, mate. I'm okay. I'm a bit fucking gutted, a bit pissed off, but I'm hanging in there. Brentford messing it up, exactly. Who'd have thought that? We used to be in so much control. With what was going on. And I believe Keith Andrews was given assurances, promises that we would only be selling one of our top players, one of our major assets. And that's Bramo. He's gone. So why is now Wissa going to be going? He wants out, yeah. But does that mean we have to get rid of him? Just because he wants out, yeah, okay, we're keeping a player that probably don't want to play for us anymore. That's the only thing. That's the thing. Problem, once you keep a player who doesn't want to be there, will you get performances from him? Will he show up? Will he keep doing it? Yeah, he's a pro. He's getting paid. But at the same time, he don't want to play for you. He wants to be elsewhere. I don't think that fucking helps in Bramo going because they had that massive partnership, great partnership. They were fucking linking up superbly. An amazing partnership, getting the goals and doing well for us. And once one of that partnership goes, that's it. And he's probably thinking who he's going to link up with, who's going to be any good to partner him there. That's going to be the problem. Who upcoming replacements Izak will go. Liverpool and Wissa will go Newcastle. Liverpool and Wissa will go to Newcastle. Yeah, well, that's looking likely, I'm afraid. But, yeah. It's still a fucking shit show, I think. But there you go. Yeah. Be up to you, Warren, as well, my friend. Be up to you, buddy. I miss to be how you do you want the German Dogman? Dogman? Who the fuck's Dogman? I don't know, mate. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows who we're going for at the moment? Be up, Mr. B, Luke and Warren. That's Darren, of course. Be up to you, Darren, as well, my friend. Thanks for being in here once again. Brilliant. Hi, at UK Darren fan. I hope you're well. Warren there. Yeah, fine. Thank you. Hope you're okay. Before I go on to that, really about this, I'm going to go to something else that I've read that's quite worrying as well for us, and involving another player of ours actually. So this is not good either if this is the case, and whether any of this is to be believed is another thing. But I think this is it. Yeah. You can't always believe every article around what they say. But if this is to be believed, this isn't good for us either. Saying here, Brentford and Nottingham Forest players could be Mr. X signings for club. AS Roma have been quite active in the transfer window this summer and are now considering efforts for Brentford's Kevin Shardy. Another one. If this is true, this ain't good. Kevin Shardy and Nottingham Forest, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Corriere dello Sport report the Italian giants are looking for a Mr. X to improve their attack. Brentford Shardy is on the list. And he was also linked with a move to AC Milan in the January transfer window. Nottingham Forest Hudson-Odoi joins him on the shortlist with AS Roma Live, having previously spoken of interest from the Giolo Rossi and Napoli back in April. Shardy scored 11 times in the Premier League last season, assisting twice. Since his current contract at Brentford expires in the summer of 2028, he's not going to be available on the cheap. Well, fucking I hope not. If he's gonna go as well, let's get a fucking load of money and fucking get these other replacements in. Fuck's sake. Things may be different for Hudson-Odoi, whose Nottingham Forest contract expires in summer 2026, and there is no renewal in sight. Maybe they could go for him then. Why not that? Why fucking our players all the time? No, go fucking someone else, please. Maybe easier to sign a Tricky Tree star because of a valuation, but Shardy had a better 24-25 season. That's why. Yeah, he did. And that's worrying. That is worrying now. He's very worrying. If we lose another big player like that, that's fuck off. Not having it. UK Darren fan, fine, thank you. Hope you're okay. Yeah, I think I read that. I know. Warren again. It is Anubis, the German giraffe. Oh, okay. How he got the name German giraffe is beyond me. There's a lot of other names I could think of for him, but I ain't going to repeat them on here. But yeah, you know, I got some players if you want to buy, Mr. B. Right. Yeah. I'll tell you what. How about we get Fernange, Darren? Yeah, we'll have Fernange off you. How about that? You don't mind letting him go, will you? We'll take him, mate. How about that? Anyone else that's any good? I'm trying to think there. Neither of your strikers, because they're both fucking useless. So we won't want either of your strikers, mate. Trying to think of other really good players there. I'm trying to think that good youngster you got, the midfielder, played for England. Can't think of his name at the moment. Is it Mark? No, well, maybe Ahmad or something. We'll take him. 120 mil. You're having a laugh. On your bike, sunshine. I don't think we'll be paying that somehow. We ain't fucking buying him back. Well, you ain't just got him. 150 mil. Oh, you're having a laugh. We should have got you lot to pay that. That's the price tag we should have put on him. We should have got that off you, to be honest. I think you guys can say I'm not happy. I'm well and truly fucking annoyed about all this. And I'm going to go into it about Wissa now. Yeah, right. Let's. I've got a few here. Which one shall I go to? Well, let's try this one first. This is pretty much as I was saying, that obviously, Yoane Wissa is finding speculation over his future difficult. But imagine how much more difficult it is for our fans at the moment. A lot of our players are jumping ship, and with the season not yet started, we got a match tomorrow, of course, a friendly tomorrow, our first one. So, Gil Vicente, we're playing. So yeah, should be interesting. See how that goes. Any of these, well, if Vissa's left training and that, I can't see him playing in that. So we'll see what happens, I suppose. Yeah, Yoane Wissa finding speculation over his future difficult. According to the Daily Telegraph, the forward is finding all the speculation over his future difficult to deal with. Wissa left Brentford's pre-season training camp as reports linking him with a move to St James's Park swirled. Though both Tottenham and Nottingham Forest have also been touted as potential landing spots. For their part, Brentford are understood to be holding out for around 40 mil. Well, it's got to be fucking more than that, please. Come on. That's a piss take, 40 mil. Come on, at least 50, 60 at least or more. Come on. As things stand, they expect him to be part of their team when they begin their Premier League campaign at Forest on Sunday, 17th of August, 2025. And yeah, so I suppose it isn't really that far away. But he's, you know, this is a real piss take now. It's fucking annoying me. Yeah, Warren again. Brentford need to pull the shutters down on no more player sales because if not, they could be in real danger next season. Exactly, Warren. Totally agree, buddy. Totally agree. And I'm sure, I know I read assurances, promises were made that we'd only sell one of our big assets, and that was Bramo. So now Wissa stays. He's got to be staying. I don't care. He wants to fuck off, but yeah, he's got to stay, really. I don't think this has all helped him anyway, all the speculation, because, it can't do a player's head any good. Yeah, these big teams are after him. Yeah, Spurs, Newcastle, Forest, you could say as well. But at the end of the day, you're still here. We took a chance on you, a punt on you, when no other teams did. You had all that. I know it's really bad and unfortunate and horrible experience of the acid attack on you and going to court and so forth. With all that, I think your daughter was kidnapped or whatever. It was really horrible. I get all that, but we got you in. We got you here to play, and we paid you well. We done well by you. Try and be professional and faithful to us to stay here. And give us at least another season or something, That's all we ask. And, even if you don't get the goals you did last season, at least you're still here. At least you're still putting the effort in, the work in. And that sends a good sign, I think. And, think about it, maybe you can go in the next transfer window or next season or something like that, at least. At least try one more season, Yoane. Please. That's all we ask, Give it a go for one more season. That's all we want from you. And then you can go. You can go and join whoever you want. Yeah, Yoane Wissa compared to Callum Wilson. Well, how so? Because for a start, he's always more fitter than Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson's a fucking sick note. He's forever injured. The idea of fucking plays. He's younger than Callum Wilson as well. Yeah. Potentially signing Wissa has its negatives. Paying a significant sum of money for a player who will turn 29 less than 3 weeks into the new season is hardly ideal. It's still... look, 29, what's that really? I mean, strikers are in their prime around that age. Late 20s, middle to late 20s. They're getting into their prime, They're getting towards their best and early 30s, whatever. So, you could say by next season, he'll be 30, but you're still getting experience and you're still getting a proper striker that's hitting his stride. I still think at times he wasn't quite at his best. The Wissa last season, I still think there's times he should have done better. He wasn't. There was lazy times where he was, especially in that Plymouth game, where he should have gone out to block that, stop that Whittaker. Getting there and having that shot that they scored with, of course, 1-0. He could have gone out and stopped him. He could have stopped him doing that. But he stood there. He was there stood there watching. So that's something I hate with him. And I don't particularly think he's always excellent on the ball. Times when he could do a good pass or whatever, and he carries on with it and gets caught, or bad control or whatever. I think there's still a lot of things that aren't quite good enough with him. But at the end of the day, he has got all them goals. You can't argue with that. So, really, that's why we do need to keep hold of him at least for another season. Maybe we have time, then it gives us time to find a better replacement, a proper replacement. And whatever else, because, you know, time's going now. We've got to get these players in. And if he is going to go, we've got to get somebody in before the start of the season. Wissa does not boast much in the way of resale value, which is hugely important in a footballing landscape dominated by the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, PSR. PSR does not allow clubs to lose more than 150 million over a 3-year period. 105 million, not 150. 105 million over a 3-year period. So signing a player you're unlikely to eventually make money on is a risk. Still, what is obvious is that Wissa is an instant upgrade on Callum Wilson. He is, definitely. A vast upgrade. Well, Wilson was a fine player for Newcastle over the years, having Wissa as Alexander Isak's backup instead of the veteran is an awful lot better. Well, thing is, if Isak might not be there, if he's going to Liverpool, if that's the case, we don't know for sure. 24-25 Premier League stats here. Yoane Wissa goals 19. Look at that. Callum Wilson, no goals. Oh dear. No, probably because he hardly ever fucking played. And when he did, nothing. Yoane Wissa, even 4 assists. Yeah, that's not a massive amount. But still, he got 19 goals, so you still can't complain. Callum Wilson, no assists at all. Yoane Wissa shots per 90, 2.6. Callum Wilson, 0.3. Yoane Wissa key passes by 90 there, 0.8. And Callum Wilson, 0.2. So, Yoane Wissa beats him hands down. As is listed above, there is simply no comparison between the two. That's not to disrespect Wilson by any means, just at this stage of his career, he cannot compete with a player as good as Wissa. Yeah, Yoane Vissa's head all over the place as leader is revealed in the race between Newcastle and Spurs. Newcastle United are hoping to beat Tottenham Hotspur in the race to sign Yoane Wissa. It has been reported that Wissa is open to joining Newcastle, while a move to Tottenham Hotspur has to be appeared in too. After all, it would reunite him with Thomas Frank and allow him to continue living in London. That puts Newcastle United under a bit of pressure. But Eddie Howe will be hopeful of tempting the 28-year-old to St James's Park. Kevin Nolan has predicted Wissa will join Newcastle, as the Magpies attempt to finally strike a deal for a striker after missing out on Hugo Ekitike, Liam Delap and João Pedro. See, all those strikers they missed out on. Yeah. Newcastle United ahead of Spurs in Yoane Wissa race. Yeah. So there we go. I mean, as I say, it's, his head's all over the fucking place, and you can understand that with all these teams interested, yeah. Of course, it's an upgrade from going upwards from Brentford, I guess. But, I still think one more season. Can't you give it one more season, Yoane? And then you're free to go anywhere. We want big money as well. As I said, Darren, they're saying here upwards of 40 million upwards of that. I would still say 50 mil upwards, or at least come on 60, 70. I mean, he's worth that. All them goals he got, you'd be assured of at least a lot more goals. Callum Wilson, for fuck's sake, he's never going to hardly ever play, is he? He just will retire. Yoane Wissa, well, I don't think he's hardly ever been injured, from what I remember. He's hardly had that many injuries with us. But, yeah, I hate all this. It's unsettling. It really is. We now got to find these other replacements. We keep hearing talk of Daizan Maeda from Celtic. Of course, Warren knows well. It'd be a lot of money for him. And can we tempt him away from Celtic that, are obviously in Europe and can win silverware, obviously in the Scottish Premier, because they probably pretty much win that again. Scottish Premier, you think. As I say, they're in Champions League and everything. What have we got to offer? Coming here, only Premier League football. Not a lot else. I think he's worth the same as Watkins. How much is Watkins worth then? I didn't really see, I didn't notice. Is he 50, 60 mil, 70? I can't remember now. I know there's something about it, but Watkins is a proven goal scorer. You know what he can do. I mean, we'd love him back here. We'd have him back. Definitely. Saving fucking scoring against us all the time. I know that. Right, 50 mark. Yeah, 50 mil, yeah. But that's about right. Maybe a bit more, I would say. But there we go. I mean, and if Wissa, yeah, definitely. He's at least worth that. And I think we should hold out for at least that, to be honest. But we still want him to stay because, we sold one of our big assets. Now we got to keep the other one, really. So anyway, let's move on to the next one. And this is basically almost the same, I think, similar to that last article. Brentford's Wissa demands revealed. According to the Telegraph's Mike McGrath, it will take upwards of 40 mil, which is, I've already said, really. 40 million for the club to consider selling the Congolese forward. Sky Sports have reported that a £30 million bid is set to follow, and hopefully we don't accept that. 30 mil, that's still a piss take. No. With Craig Hope adding that there is confidence it would take that figure to strike a deal. But the Telegraph say otherwise. I'm glad they do. And I do, for a start, as well. This would mean that our initial bid of 25 million, this is obviously from Geordie thing, talk of the tune. So obviously from their perspective, opinion. This would mean that our initial bid of 25 million earlier this week fell well below the B's 40 million plus valuation, and makes sense as to why it was so quickly rejected despite the player's desire to leave. Having already pocketed 71 million from selling Brian Bramo to Manchester United, there's very little reason for Brentford to sell either, especially as they have been picked apart by other clubs all summer long. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Turning 29 in September and with less than a year left on his current deal, though a one-year extension clause looks to be in place. So another one with a one-year extension like Bramo had. Can we get him to sign that and get an extension? Well, I don't know. There also isn't long left for Brentford to sell the staff for big money, and now could be their last opportunity. So maybe it does make sense in a way. Get a lot of money for him, I guess. Should Newcastle walk away from Wissa talks? We made it repeatedly clear this summer that we will walk away from any deal where we feel like we're being overcharged. Yeah. Welcome to the club. We've been overcharged for Hutchinson, I think, at the moment. So, but it looks like we're still trying to sign him. So for a player who's both pushing 30 and very close to being a free agent next summer, we'd perhaps be right to stand our ground and push for a lower fee. It's fast becoming the story of the summer, a financially wealthy Newcastle refusing to spend big on players for Eddie Howe and seeing their rivals swoop in with ease. Missing out on Wissa here, particularly to a team like Spurs, would deal some considerable damage to fans' faith in the recruitment team and make it even more likely that Alexander Isak and Will Osula will be our only striker options come August. Yeah. I mean, maybe we should. If this is the only time we're going to get our money for him, maybe it does make sense to let him go. No, we don't want to, and we shouldn't really. But really, I guess it's a no-brainer. As long as we get a lot of money, because if we don't, well, it's no good. No, let him go 30 odd. No, got to be at least 50. And then we got loads of money. Then we can buy, the real big replacements, real proper money replacements. Ismaida, Hutchinson, even whatever. We got the money for all of that. But it's still unsettling. It's still not good. But I hope we get it all sorted before the start of the season. And I'll just read this one. I'm going to bounce, guys. Brentford face new problem as Newcastle bid for Wissa. Brentford board members are in serious danger of breaking a promise made to new head coach Keith Andrews as GTEC Community Stadium Chiefs have conceded that it will be difficult to stop Newcastle United luring Yoane Wissa to St James's Park. Give Me Sport sources have revealed. The Bees have already sanctioned one big name departure this week, with Cameroon international Brian Bramo completing a switch worth up to 71 million to Premier League counterparts Manchester United. And Magpies boss Eddie Howe has set his sights on tempting West Londoners to oversee another significant exit. Newcastle have splashed the cash on attacking reinforcements since the transfer window reopened for business, thanks to Anthony Elanga sealing a £55 million move from Nottingham Forest. And the 2024-25 Carabao Cup winners are aiming to raid Brentford by swooping for Wissa. Bees fear Wissa pushing for Magpie switch. Tyneside Giants preparing to make improved offer for striker. Brentford are facing a new problem in their attempts to hold on to Wissa, according to GMS sources, as it has been acknowledged behind the scenes that they will have an uphill battle to retain his services if Newcastle continue showing persistence in their push to reach an agreement ahead of the new season. The striker has already been the subject of a failed £25 million bid from the Magpies, which fell considerably short of his £50 million price tag. And he has returned from the Bees' pre-season training camp in Portugal to hold face-to-face discussions over his future with members of the hierarchy. GMS sources have been informed that Newcastle are preparing to table an improved offer for Wissa, who enjoyed a productive 24-25 campaign in the final third of the pitch, and Brentford are fearful that they will be unable to stop him pushing for a move if he deems the Tyneside Giants' next proposal to be fair. There's all these stats there, of course. I'm not going to go through them now, but brilliant. 28-year-old wants to take advantage of the opportunity to test himself in the Champions League at St James's Park, which will come as a significant boost for the Magpies. It highlights that his current employers are going to struggle to persuade him to stay at the GTEC Community Stadium. Newcastle are continuing to consider alternative targets, and that has led to RB Leipzig's Louis Openda being mentioned as an option, despite him also being targeted by Serie A heavyweights Inter Milan. GMS sources have learned, but they are still determined to tempt Brentford into offloading Wissa. Wissa leaving would break Andrews' promise, yeah. Tactician was assured 28-year-old would not exit alongside Bramo. GMS sources have been told that Andrews was assured that Brentford will not allow Bramo and Wissa to depart in the same transfer window when he took charge. But it's been accepted by influential figures behind the scenes that they will struggle to stick to their word after already cashing in on the former. The Democratic Republic of Congo international has entered the final 12 months of his contract, which allows him to pocket £25,000 per week. And that has resulted in Newcastle sniffing an opportunity to pounce, as they go in search of bringing in additional firepower before the September the 1st deadline. Brentford are concerned that Wissa will agitate for a switch to Tyneside if their next offer convinces him that he should embark on a fresh challenge. GMS sources understand while ex-boss Thomas Frank is also showing interest in seeing a reunion across the capital at Tottenham Hotspurs. GMS sources recently revealed that Newcastle are planning to test the Bees' resolve with a bid in excess of 30 mil for the former Lorient marksman imminently. But the West Londoners are desperate to still have him among their options heading into the fast approaching 25-26 campaign. Yeah, exactly. So, what exactly does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Well, for me, if we're going to try and tempt him to stay, we're going to have to pay him a lot more money, I would say. That could be the case. He could be our sort of highest earner. Let's make him our highest earner and keep him here. Sign him up. Keep him going here. You know, block all the interest. Newcastle. As far as I'm concerned, though, if Spurs want to offer a lot, they could offer a lot more, I reckon. And so we either do that or hold out for Spurs and see what they're going to offer. Because they could have actually given us more for Bramo. But of course, he didn't want to go there. He wanted to go to Man United. They would have given us a lot more money. They were willing to do that. So actually, we could have probably got, say, 70, 80 mil even, maybe 90, who knows? They might have gone up to that to get him. But the fact was he just didn't want to go to Spurs. So, you know, for me now, either offer this bloke a load of money, get him to stay for a new season. Although, yeah, of course, we won't get a lot more back. We won't get a higher value next time, higher bid. So there is that. But otherwise, if you're going to let him go, it's got to be a lot of money. It's got to be at least 50 mil plus, surely. Nothing less. Let him go. And because this is fucking us around again now, the Bees. And as it said there was a promise to Keith Andrews that they both wouldn't go. Only one, and that's it. And we've done that. Bramo's gone. Probably our best one out of them actually has gone. So, you know, at the end of the day, they've broken their promises already. And I don't like that. I'm not happy with that at all. Being a Brentford supporter, I'm just not happy with that. The fact we got Henderson as well, I'm even less happy about. But there we go. But that's my thoughts, my opinions. I don't know if anyone wants to put comments in what they think in the end of the day. If there is any Bees fans watching or anything like that, want to come into live chat or leave comments, you're welcome to. Follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182, and subscribe to Mr. B Hyper Football Chat and Mr. B Chats England Cricket. Loads more streams coming. Obviously, pretty much the transfer ones at the moment. With the odd buzz one, I'll be doing that again at some time. And so, of course, cricket streams, one or two of them, which will be actually recorded now, pre-records. They won't be live anymore, I've decided. But yeah, another one of these to come. Then maybe tomorrow, who knows if anything more comes up, we get any more information about this, what happens with Wissa. Or hopefully no one else going, but if it's only him, yeah, we'll have to take that. It's 3 big players gone, you could say. Norgard, Bramo, and now maybe Wissa. But as long as nobody else goes, I think, in a way, that could be okay, a result in a way. But still not great. And then again, we might get some more players in. So there's always that. Almost maybe a positive to come or two. So, anyway, well, I'm looking forward to the match tomorrow. Of course, our first friendly, Gil Vicente, and obviously might do a stream about that. reaction to that or something. Whatever happens there, probably will be a reaction or something I'll do to that. Probably that maybe tomorrow or maybe Saturday. But anyway, guys, it's not looking good again. Yoane Wissa's probably going to be off. No one to leave. But how much? How much can we get for him? Hoping 50 mil plus. I'm not happy with the situation. Of course we're not. But let's make the best of it, what we can, and get a lot of money for this guy. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bounce. Pissed off with that. I'm hoping it's going to be happier news next time. I really am. But till now, guys, I'm going to go. Going to bounce. Thanks to everyone for their comments in the live chat and following me as usual. Your support always means a lot. UK Darren fan. Cheers, Mr. B. Big up to you. Yeah. Cheers, bro. Coming in once again. Loyal follower. Even though you support Man United. But anyway, thanks again. And to Warren, of course, and Luca. Always welcome you guys as well. Brilliant. For all your love and support, though, brilliant. Thank you. Keep smashing those likes. The subs need to keep going up. I'm still on 143. Let's get me up to that 150. That big milestone for me. It's going to be taking a long time to get there. And I just want to get there and let's get going and keep this going upwards, this channel. It started a bit of a spurt, to be honest, and gone down a little bit, but let's get it back up again. Let's get the likes up and the subs and everything. Anyway, cheers once again, guys. I'm going to bounce. I'm out of here. Thank you. Bye. Cheers, guys.